going on, everyone? It's Jacqueline here from Nothing But Tech. Hope you guys are all doing well. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're talking about the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus. I'm kind of in love with it. It's been a really amazing device, and I've really thoroughly enjoyed my time using it. A lot of people are questioning whether it's worth that hefty price tag, especially when there's phones like the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. So stick to the end of this video where I'm going to discuss the main advantage that the Note 10 Plus has over the S10 Plus. But for now, in this review, I'm going to look at the Note 10 Plus as if it's the only phone like this, because a lot of people that are looking at this want the best of the best, and the Note 10 Plus is that. So I want to just look at the Note 10 Plus through that lens, and then at the end, I'll bring it back to the lens of comparing the two and showing you that one main advantage that the Note 10 Plus has. But let's dive right into the Note 10 Plus review. The Note 10 Plus starts with a design that Samsung has perfected over the years. When holding the Note 9 next to the Note 10, I definitely feel like the Note 9 is a prototype and the Note 10 is like the production finished model. Sharper corners and smooth edges make this phone really comfortable in the hand, and it also feels like it's less likely to slip out of my hands while using it. It's definitely big though. This is definitely the type of phone that won't go unnoticed in your pocket and certainly not in your hands. I need two hands to use it most of the time. The Samsung Galaxy Note 10 regular model is a lot more comfortable, but it's not nearly as powerful. So I'm actually going to save that model for a different review because I feel like there's a couple main differences, and then in this review I'm only going to focus on the Note 10 Plus, which is like the flagship of the flagship. So the overall design feels pretty good, but button placement is very odd to say the least. I really don't like having both the volume rockers and the power button on the same side, let alone the left side. But if you're left hand dominant, you're probably cheering watching this. The power button is also defaulted as a Bixby button, which makes shutting down the phone kind of complicated, but a quick setting adjustment will fix this issue and get it back to the way it should be. Bizarre placement aside though, I did actually get used to the placement pretty quickly, and the buttons feel pretty strong. Samsung traded in a side hold punch for a smaller one front and center, and I actually really don't mind it. It kind of disappears as usual. That's the only round hole on this phone though, because Samsung got rid of the headphone jack. Now this is definitely a bummer, especially because Samsung has kind of advertised for a very long time about the headphone jack, and now it's gone. And I know that there are a lot of people are going to be really bummed about this. I'm more bummed about it on principle than in actual practicality because I've been using so many phones without headphone jacks that I'm kind of mostly wireless now. But since this phone in a lot of ways is for the creator, it's a little sad to see that there won't be like a headphone jack to plug in a lavalier microphone or headphones to edit on the go. Definitely something to note, not a huge deal for me, but it could be for you. The speakers are also decent on this phone. They sound a little bit hollow and lacking punch, but they're not terrible, and sound quality is actually really good during calls. So we all know that the front of the phone is eye candy with a gorgeous display that packs crystal clear text and vivid colors, but this year, the back of the phone is also eye candy in this color. When the light hits this phone in the right way, the back glows so many different colors and it really looks beautiful. Most of the time though, this phone kind of looks silver, so if you want a phone that looks hot all the time and you're not from North America, you can get like the international version of the phone. I would get the red version because that looks beautiful. Speaking of things that are beautiful, the photos from the camera are pretty good. That was a smooth transition right there. But for real, camera quality is great this year. You have three lenses, so you have your wide angle, your telephoto, and your primary. And colors among the three are actually really good, so it kind of keeps a consistent color tone when you switch between them, which has been an issue on a lot of phones, where the telephoto will look different, and the wide looks different, and then the primary, they all have like different color tones. On here, it's actually pretty consistent, and sharpness is also pretty consistent as well. One of my biggest gripes with the OnePlus 7 Pro was that the wide angle lens was pretty soft. I don't have that issue at all on this phone. Another thing that has been improved this year is video mode. You have much better stabilization on this phone, which has definitely been a pro. Plus there's a built-in video editor, and there's Adobe Rush as an option that's optimized specifically for this phone, which is really great to see. If you want to see more about the cameras on the Note 10 Plus, you should check out my camera comparison videos. I'm going to put a card and also link them in the description below so you can check them out. So the performance on the Note 10 is also no joke, and that's probably the main reason you're considering it. It's packing. You have a Snapdragon 855 processor, 256 or 512 gigabytes of storage, and a 4300 mAh battery. That's like all the best specs packed into one phone. It's really incredible. It's fast, it's fluid, and it's powerful. Gaming performance is great, and performance in the video editor is also really solid. It handles all of that and more. And the battery is not only an extremely big battery at 4300 mAh, but when it runs out, it has really fast charging. And fast is kind of an understatement. This is a huge upgrade over past years. 25-watt charging is offered right out of the box with a 45-watt option available for purchase, and wireless charging is also pretty fast at 15 watts. So this is a huge upgrade, and it means that you really don't need to have battery anxiety anymore. Like if you know you're going out in 30 minutes and your phone's at 10%, you could just pop it in the charger and be kind of set. So I'm super happy to say that. And the phone actually does last for a really long time, even without charges. So there are a lot of minor improvements with the Note 10 Plus over the S10 Plus. The bigger battery, the faster charging, the newer cameras and screen. But no doubt the biggest improvement over the S10 Plus to the Note 10 Plus, like the biggest feature upgrade, is the massive stylus that Samsung has dubbed the S Pen. And it's even better this year than it has been in past years. The S Pen not only got a cosmetic update with its new unibody build, which makes it feel better for writing, but it also got new sensors added, like a gyroscope for motion control on the screen. But right now, I'm not gonna lie, motion control kind of feels like a gimmick. Still happy to see that they're coming up with new features on the S Pen, and they're saying that app developers are going to kind of pick it up. So a couple months down the line, there could be a huge new feature added. But right now, I just find it faster to actually just use the phone and fast forward in a YouTube video rather than take out the S Pen and do a motion. It does have some actual practical features though that have been added in through the software, one of which being indexing of your writing. So for example, if I write book and then I search that up later, it will show me all of my notes that have the word book in it. That's really cool. And then it also has the ability to translate your writing to text, which has actually been pretty good and pretty reliable, which will mean that you can go to like a board meeting or you can go to a class and write out notes and then get it into a much cleaner form that's easier to look at. I'm a huge fan of both of those features. On the more gimmicky side, you have AR Doodle. You can draw in a picture. And Samsung actually has some smart software here where it can detect different faces and then put the different drawings depending on what face. So if I drew glasses on myself and then I drew a mustache on someone else, it would put the glasses on me and the mustache on them when they get into the frame. But I feel like while this could be entertaining for a little bit, it's not going to be like revolutionary and it's not going to be something that you're going to be using every day a year down the line. So the S Pen is great, but I don't think that that's going to be the thing that sells you on the Note 10 Plus. I think when people buy notes, a lot of people use the S Pen, but a lot of people also don't use the S Pen, but they still find themselves upgrading every year. And I think that's because a lot of people want the best of the best. And the Note 10 Plus really provides that. You get an amazing display, a great camera setup, great battery life this year, really good software, and all these small little features that kind of just enhance your day. And oh yeah, there's the pen that kind of adds to it. So I'm really impressed with the Note 10 Plus. I know it costs a lot of money, but I think that if you want to buy it, it's going to be money well spent. And I'm excited to keep using it and look at it down the line with some other phones as well. So if you're thinking Note 10 Plus or S10 Plus, the only reason why I would get the S10 Plus over the Note 10 Plus would be the headphone jack. But otherwise, the Note 10 Plus is superior in every other way. That's it for this video though. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. Also, I'd really appreciate a subscription, and there's gonna be a ton of content. So if you like this video, you can expect a lot more like it. So subscribe right there. Check another video right here, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.